if that. It'll bring up third down.
Yeah, right now, Maumelle sticking with the run game, really trying to get it going. Parkview doing a good job of stopping it.
He makes his way just beyond the 3-yard line.
Clock continues to roll here as both offenses have been consistently keeping it on the ground. Now 3rd and 14. Warrior looks to throw, looking left side, fires to the sideline. Was it caught? And yes, it was by Josiah Warrior Benson. He's going to be short of the first. So.
Yeah, and that might be one of those where the coach wanted him to run to the sticks and run that route.
So the Hornets are going to go for it on 4th down on 4th and 2. Warrior, quarterback keeper, he doesn't gain a yard. He's stuffed at the line of scrimmage, so Parkview's going to take over.
Yeah, and I like the call there from Maumelle. You want to go for it. You want to try and get some confidence back in your team real quick. Parkview getting the stop, and now that momentum meter, I mean, it is swinging, and that's one thing you don't want to have go against you.
I mean, everything that you can ask for these Parkview Patriots, they have answered. Everything's just been going so right for them.
Yeah.
Almost nothing's gone wrong, except for that one penalty by Ja'Cory Smith. But what do you know? He redeems himself by recovering a fumble and taking it a yard into the end zone.
Yeah, one of those, my bad, coach, here, I'll go get you a touchdown. How about that?
Cameron Settles back in the game at running back. Bunting looks to throw, fires, and incomplete. He was looking for Jermaine Conway that time, the tight end.
Yeah, I think that was Jacob Henry in coverage there for Maumelle. Did a really good job staying there, and then at the last second knocking the ball away.
You'll especially hear from the band the Parkview drum line. When they start, slamming their drums, I feel like I'm about to fight Bowser. Like, holy cow, it's scary. 2nd down and 10. Settles. Oh, he is quickly met.
And still got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Caden Sherman came flying at Cameron. And that's, Settles is a very hard running back to bring down because if he lacks in speed, he has the power. And he was carrying Sherman for a while. And luckily for Maumelle, he was down to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and seeing a lot of people will ask, what's the difference in like a normal running back and a D1 running back? A small play like that.
Yeah.
When you get hit in the backfield and you carry a defensive lineman, you don't gain yards, but you are able to still move forward. That's why the school in Fayetteville came calling.
Oh, yes. Now Bunting looks to throw. Fires, end zone. Jermaine Penny! Touchdown, Parkview! And another touchdown to Jermaine's personal total tonight.
That was a really well-thrown ball there by Bunting. A really well-thrown ball.
Just when you think all hope is lost on the ground for Parkview, they air it out wide open. Jermaine Penny, another 6 points.
That was a really, really good ball there. And I like what I see out of Penny, man. Maumelle's going to have to find some way to stop him.
Here's Aguilar's kick up and good. Jermaine really backing up his words, coming up to me saying, enjoy the show. Well, I wish I had popcorn right now, Jermaine, because you are putting on a show, my friend. They call him J.C. Penny. I call him the Fiend, because that's exactly what he is. Holy cow, he is just enemy number one out there. He is. You talk about this Parkview team, there's so much D1 talent out there that these other players, these other athletes, they get overshadowed. And Jermaine Penny just shines a light on that.
Yeah.
Because you have a lot of other talent out there that we talk about all the time and we see coming in, guys like running back Dak Crosby, that you don't get, they don't get mentioned a lot of times by the papers or by the radio. But this team is just so deep with talent and so deep with athletes that it's a coach's dream.
Yeah. And that's why they've been in the position that they're in the last couple of years, winning all these football games is, you know, okay, you go down. Well, guess what? I got 3 other guys that are just as good that are going to come in. So.
Like, I hate to be leaving out some names, but I have a giant roster in front of me. I'd be listing out every single name, just how, you know, deep and talented this Parkview team is. Another bobble with the return, but somehow Tari Ransom still held on to it as he was just swallowed up by 3 Patriots.
And I'm going to keep saying it. Maumelle right now just has to catch the football. I mean, they are not having things go their way, especially on kickoffs, because I think this is 2 or 3 times now they've started this far back just off of bobbled kickoff returns or something like that.
Now, I know the Parkview coaches, they know how to condition their footballs pretty well, so it's not like it's lacking any grip. So it's definitely the cold playing a factor here. Now Warrior looks to throw, batted down by Ja'Cory Smith. And my goodness, Smith was just right in front of the ball. We got a Maumelle Hornet shaken up. I didn't see any contact with him. Maybe we'll see something from the instant replay.
Official timeout for an injury.
Well,
I won't be able to see it real time, but we'll see if he's okay.
Mr. White reintroduced himself, I believe is what happened, in a non-malicious way. It was a clean football hit. But he just, you know, hey, how you doing real quick, you know, howdy.
I think that's number 12, Tari Ransom, who we've been talking about so often here in the first half, and he's back on his feet. Band-Aid helping him out, and he's back on his feet in his own power, jogging off the field. So maybe he just got his, you know, the breath knocked out of him.
Yeah, I think it was just one of those hits where he's cutting one way across the field, the safety's coming back the other way. Just
kind of collided.
Yeah, just collided into each other. Maumelle keeps trying to go to him, so that's big if he has to come out for any extended period of time.
Need to be looked at on the sideline, so we'll be looking out for number 12 in the near future. And for now, it's 2nd down and 10. Warrior keeps it on the fake handoff, only gains a yard as he falls forward.
And is down at the 13-yard line.
I've not seen
about a 2-yard gain.
Andrew Bjork. Although I have no knowledge if he was hurt or knocked out or anything, but he is also a pretty good quarterback for Maumelle. He made a name for himself. He played a good bit this season, also played a lot last season as well. We have not seen him yet. Now 3rd down. A delayed handoff to Bubba Johnson. He's still churning out there, and he's finally going to be taken down. Jeremy Edwards laying a hit to knock him down. They're going to also credit Ja'Cory Smith on the stop.
Yeah, I think these delayed handoffs are kind of hurting Maumelle right now because the speed that Parkview has on defense, it's giving them just a split second more to get back there to the running back and the quarterback.
So now Josiah Warrior Benson is back on the field. He has been punting the ball tonight and looks like he will again. It's really hard when you don't have a consistent punter, you know, like a punter specialist. That's very, very rare to come by at the high school level. And before he got hurt, Amarian Robinson was Parkview's punter. And now a flag. Looks like they're going to take the delay of game.
I just looked down on the field, and it looks like they have that last touchdown throw replaying there on the TV.
Now Parkview has some film that they can watch in real time. One of many schools that offer that. And look out, a high snap again. Parkview doing a good job covering that one without making contact with Warrior Benson after the first hit. And out of bounds. Looks like, I'm not saying an official spot just yet. It looks like it'll be the 38-yard line from where that official is standing.
Yeah, so
Maybe we'll see where he sets the ball down. It looks like it is a 38.
yeah, this will be some of the best field position that Parkview has started with tonight.
And look out, here comes Quentin Murphy again at quarterback. Jogging it out with Montario Elston. I think Q was quite happy to see the Razorback jacket that I was wearing, and I'm currently still wearing tonight. A quick touch pass to Money. Elston, he uses shiftiness there. You know, he likes to use his, sidestep a little bit, pretty quick, but honestly, he could have just darted towards the far sideline with some open room, and now there's a Hornet down near the sideline.
There's a Hornet player down the play. Official
sometimes,
timeout.
when you mix those moves up, sometimes you use your speed and get out there. Sometimes you use your moves. You really make that defender think, because he's got to think, okay, he's faster than me. I got to get out here, but then he can cut back inside. And that's why him, Settles, Murphy, Bunting, Penny, that's why all these guys are so good, is they just have as the young kids say, they have a bag that they can get in and really make a lot of moves happen.
Band-Aid getting his work cut out for him. I didn't see a number for who that is, but he is on the ground. Looks like he's going to be helped up. That is Caden Brooks, a wide receiver and defensive back
The ball is spotted
for the Hornets. He's back on his feet, but
that will bring up
slowly making his way to the bench. Now second down. Parkview on offense. Bunting looks to throw. Fires, far sideline. Bobbled, and I think he caught it, but there's a flag on the play for a PI. Kyron Marshall, if he did catch it, it's hard to see from where we are. We can't see the camera feed.
Kyron Marshall.
But my goodness, what an amazing catch, if it is
There are
complete.
penalty flags on the play.
He was bobbling that with one hand.
Yeah, I don't think he caught it.
Interference is the call against the Hornets.
But if he did, like you said.
Yeah, they didn't signal for an incomplete pass. So either way, the penalty is a pass interference against Maumelle. And guess what? That'll move the chains again.
To the 20, or make that the 18-yard line.
We're at the 18-yard line.
Patriots.
Bunting hands off to Money. Money takes 4, make it 5 Hornets to bring him down and to slow him down. He's been seeing all the great plays that Jermaine Penny's been making, saying, hey, I can do that too.
Elston carries on the play and is stopped by several Hornets at the 14-yard line.
He stopped just
Second
past
and about 5.
He's like right in between the 14 and 15-yard lines.
And even right here, Parkview's so dangerous if they do get stopped, because they have Solomon Aguilar over here on the sideline that can come in and kick the field goal.
This is a vastly different game in this matchup since week 1, because you mentioned Solomon Aguilar. It was 9-0, all him in the first half, and now all of a sudden it's 28-0. We still have 3.5 minutes, less than that to go here before halftime. Bunting fires, end zone, touchdown! Jermaine Conway!
Jermaine Conway.
The beating continues.
And Conway says, hey guys, let me have a little fun here tonight too, okay? I can get in the end zone as well. Nice thrown ball there. Like to see that out of the tight end. They have him listed
Yes.
here. And another touchdown for Parkview.
You look at him, he doesn't look like a tight end. He looks like a regular wide receiver, but he's been very effective at the tight end position this year. Here's Aguilar. Kick is up and good. 35-0, 3:15 to play in the second quarter. Chris, it's the quarterfinals of the playoffs, and this is starting to get out of hand.
Yeah, and that happens sometimes when you play Parkview or you play some of these other schools who are just some of the best teams in the state. it's just a different mentality when you come into that game. Maumelle, and of course, Maumelle's had a lot of things go wrong tonight. Just the drop passes, they can't get the kickoff cleanly to advance the football. Just a couple of things not going their way. And then you couple that with Parkview just clicking on all cylinders with the athletes that they have, does not bode well.
3:15 left to play. It's only the second quarter, so you don't want to look too far ahead and say, oh, Parkview's already won this game, because weirder things have happened in the game of football. So you don't want to just hold your hopes out and say, oh, we're already going on to the semifinals. There's still plenty of football left to play. Aguilar to kick it away. And this one is not going to be even touched by Maumelle. And the last couple of times they've been struggling to control the ball on the kick return, so they're just going to let it bounce into the end zone.
Well, and it was a very fortunate bounce, too, that went into the end zone, because it almost kind of died right there on about the 2 or 3 yard line. And I think it was Elston almost made it down there to recover that.
Yeah. So that might change up the kicking strategy for Aguilar. Maybe he can get a little bit of a backspin on it and try to keep it, out of the end zone.
It was almost one of the longest onside kicks you'll ever see.
It was getting there. And we see Tari Ransom back in the game for Maumelle, number 12. Handoff, right side, look out.
Handoff goes to Nathan Thomas Jr.
Marlon Liddell getting all of that tackle. It was Nathan Thomas Jr. on the
He's
run.
brought down at the 19-yard line.
Right now, Parkview's D-line is just controlling this game. I mean, from snap to the finish of the play, they are dominating all 4 of them. And I was going to point out earlier, you mentioned 78, Marlon Liddell. That when you see a defensive lineman wearing an offensive lineman number, that's pretty scary.
Yep.
Those guys are usually very good.
And Marlon's been very good all season long. Look out, Levi has nowhere to go, and a flag on the play. This one might be coming back with a hold.
Yep.
And they really had to hold that time, because the pass rush for Parkview since Maumelle's second drive has just been so dangerous.
Yeah. Well, and there, too, I think they're going to take 50 out. I believe holding was on him. He did a really good job from where he was. He didn't have to kind of finish the play the way he did. He did a great job there, and that's probably something they're going to bring him to the sideline and coach him up on.
So it is holding on the Hornets, and that'll back him up.
And I get it. I played offensive line for most of my career. I used to have to block guys like Sosa Agim and those types that are in the NFL now.
Yeah.
I get it. You got to try and figure out a way to not draw the penalty flag, but finish the play the exact same way.
Now it's 2nd down and 20. A long, long, long way to go. Quick. That's a dangerous pass. They're going to run a double pass. And almost caught it. Josiah Warrior Benson nearly caught it from Nathan Thomas Jr. That was a pretty bold play. You got to respect it, because it was a toss from Levi Warrior to Nathan Thomas Jr. So it wasn't a forward pass, and Thomas had a little bit of time to throw it. He had to rush it a bit. And if he was just a half second late, Josiah Warrior Benson might have had 6 points. Wow.
Yeah, he started to break away just a little bit there at the end. And that's just, again, one of those things that just is not going Maumelle's way tonight. They've had a couple of plays where it's just, I mean, it's so close to hitting.
Now we have 3rd down and 20. And he's going to lose some yards, maybe even in the end zone. No, they say his forward progression was stopped at the 3. The Parkview fans not agreeing with that.
Warrior is brought down the backfield and brought down to 3-yard line.
That's going to be 4th and a mile. We're reaching NFL blitz yardage here, and Maumelle is going to have to punt it from the shadow of their own goalpost again.
And right now, if I'm that punter, I got to think quick. I got to get it out because I know Parkview is probably going to go for it.
We've seen that rush on these punts every single time. Parkview's so close to getting a hand on the ball. Ja'Cory Smith was too close the first time. And Parkview's also looking out for any trickery. No tricks that time, and a bit of a shorter punt that time. Going to roll
The punt goes out of
to
bounds
the
at the
30-yard line.
First and 10, Patriots.
Not the best punt that we've seen all night. And now 61 seconds to play before halftime. Fairly quick first half for playoff football.
Yeah, and you got to feel for Maumelle because it's just when it rains, it pours right now. But I'd like to see Parkview. Here we go. They're on the 30-yard line. A little bit of 30 yards and leave you in the dust here. Come on, Patriots.
Quinn Murphy alone in the backfield. He's going to keep it. It looked like he was going to run an option. Now Murphy, far sideline, end zone! Quentin Murphy! Woo! Big Suey! Touchdown, Parkview! What did you say, Chris? 30 yards in a cloud of dust?
30 yards and leave them in the dust. Man.
Domination
man.
in the first half.
Looked like they were going to run a little bit of a speed option almost, and Murphy says, "I'll just take the speed. I don't need the option."
This has got to be the best first half that we've seen from Parkview all season long, and that's saying something. And this, that's a rare miss. I think that's miss number 4 for Solomon Aguilar. That is the only bad thing that's happened tonight for Parkview.
Okay, so we find out that Parkview is human.
Yep,
they
can make mistakes.
Okay.
But 41-0 is our score, so it's almost like that hardly even matters. I think our friend Gary Burton's about to leave the building. He's seen enough for his highlights, and I'm going to take it back to Fearless Friday.
Yeah, I'm sure he may be heading over to another game or something.
Probably, yeah. Saw him and chatted with him a little bit briefly before the game, and, making a name for himself, just like what we've been doing here on the Natural State Sports Networks. And speaking of making a name for yourself, this entire Parkview team, it's really, really hard. It's impossible almost to give single players credit on this team because it is a team effort all game long. This is such a deep and huge roster. I would just be going off every single name on this roster just to give individual credit. It's just so hard.
Yeah, and it starts early, in spring. You practice really good. You get in the weight room over the summer. Then you come out here and you execute and you play discipline like you mentioned earlier.
A booming kick from Aguilar. Perfectly rolled through the end zone for a touchback. 45 seconds for Maumelle. They will get the ball back after halftime as the Hornets kicked off to open the game.
And here's a shot. If Maumelle is going to get anything, they got to get something right here in 43 seconds. And then, like you said, when they come out in the second half with the football, got to do something again there.
And they're starting from their own 20 with 43 seconds on the clock. Levi Warrior drops back. Pressure coming, still gets the pass away and complete. Bubba Johnson with the catch and about an 8-yard gain. Make it a 9-yard gain, so it'll be second down and 1. Clock still rolling. No timeouts have been called by either team yet. I don't know if Coach Maupin's looking to do that here. 13 left to play now. Still in their own territory. Letting it roll. For Warrior takes the pass. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. Clock stops at 3.
Yeah, it is. I don't know why neither team did call a timeout there. Maybe it's a little little chestnut checkers being played out there, but that play a minute ago for those 8 or 9 yards is probably one of the better ones that Maumelle's had. I know they had the run earlier in the game, but the O-line there was able to protect the QB. It was only 9 yards, but sometimes you got to get something rolling.
It's only 9 yards. That's sometimes all you need, but not in a short game situation like this with only seconds left to play. And now here they have 3 seconds. Last play of the half. Warriors going to step up as the pocket collapse. Fires, complete. Bounces off a man, quickly tackled. Cameron settles, making the stop from Jackson Hampton, and that's the first half. And it has been all Parkview. The Patriots are going to let Maumelle make their way to the locker room first. It looks like they share the same building, so Parkview's going to be patient and let them go. 20 minutes on our halftime clock. We'll be back real soon to talk about it right here on the Patriot Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports.
Let them experience captivating research opportunities. Let them experience more hands-on opportunities with new technology. Let them experience cutting-edge career pathways. Let them experience creativity and expression through the arts. Let them experience more opportunities to innovate and compete regionally and nationally. More opportunities for kids. It's what sets Little Rock School District apart. Let them experience captivating research opportunities. Let them experience more hands-on opportunities with new technology. Let them experience cutting-edge career pathways. Let them experience creativity and expression through the arts. Let them experience more opportunities to innovate and compete regionally and nationally. More opportunities for kids. It's what sets Little Rock School District apart. Let them experience passions through extracurriculars. Let them experience teamwork, discipline, and resilience through sports. Let them experience leadership and service to community. Let them experience on-the-job training through internships and job shadowing. Let them experience the excitement of performing through drama and dance. More opportunities for kids. It's what sets Little Rock School District apart. Let them experience passions through extracurriculars. Let them experience teamwork, discipline, and resilience through sports. Let them experience leadership and service to community. Let them experience on-the-job training through internships and job shadowing. Let them experience the excitement of performing through drama and dance. More opportunities for kids. It's what sets Little Rock School District apart. Let them experience passions.
Halftime felt like it took longer than the first half alone. As we're back here at J.A. Fair, Parkview leading Maumelle 41-0. We provided you the halftime performances by both the Parkview cheer and dance team and marching band. As the band performed from the stands right next to us, very interesting that they didn't march tonight. So very unusual for them. But not unusual is the performance by Parkview on the field. And it's a bit surprisingly to see it in such a game like this, and that's just been hyped up so much because it's really a rivalry game to its core. And it was a much closer game at this stage last time these two teams matched up. And then it basically over the last week became more of a personal game than business. So it's been all business on the field thanks to a nearly perfect performance by Parkview.
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it right there. A nearly perfect performance. I mean, you have two flags. You have a false start and then running into the punter.
Yep.
Then they have one bad snap, I think, or something that happened down here to our left on the field. But other than that, Parkview has just clicked on all cylinders. It's been the penny show. Conway's had a touchdown. I believe Elston has scored as well tonight. Just clicking. I mean, you go through Parkview's roster, and some of the names that I just mentioned are guys that make plays all the time, and that's what makes it hard. You mentioned earlier them being a team rather than just having one guy to go to, like some smaller schools may have just one athlete they can go to. When you have like 3, 4, 5, even 6 sometimes with some of the packages that they run, that's scary.
It really is scary because this is a team and to the core. And you hear a lot of talk that Parkview is just a team that's very hard to beat, and this is why. And obviously there's been teams that have beaten Parkview, teams that have come close to beating Parkview. So it's not completely perfect, but it's also as complete as a team that you can ask for as a football coach. And now here we are, 41-0 to begin the third quarter. Solomon Aguilar about to kick it away. And here we go. The Parkview band is taking a break after their halftime performance, so we won't hear from them for a minute. And a quick tackle. My goodness, he was quick to pull him to the ground. I'm pretty sure that was Messiah Jones. Or no, not Messiah Jones. That was Jaden Jefferson, number 34. Back there. I misread his jersey number for a moment.
And I believe we will have a running clock for the second half here tonight. It's running right now.
It is running right now. It depends game to game. I think it would have to be a mutual agreement for that to happen. And from the looks of it, the clock is rolling. So first down and 10. Run up the middle, quickly stopped. Braden Collier first to make contact for Parkview's defense.
Yeah, I believe Collier's a new name we've called tonight. Stepping in at that linebacker position.
Not the first time that we've called his name, but it has been a minute. Another handoff, right side. Gets some great yardage after the yards after contact and gets a first down for Maumelle. So this offense for the Hornets still has some life. Granted, it's mostly, backups and the backups on the field for Parkview's defense right now.
Yeah, and there, that's probably the third good play that Maumelle's been able to have tonight on offense.
Incomplete pass. Parkview doing a good job to make sure that wasn't a backwards pass to hit the ground, but it is incomplete. So it's good to see that, Parkview up this big. It's only the first drive of the game, but they're not trying to run up the score. They're calling off the dogs here, letting the backups get some playing time while also letting the starters get some rest for the semifinals. And that's a very, very wise move. It just shows you the the depth of knowledge, really.
Yeah, and I
This
mean,
is a seasoned coaching staff, is what I'm trying to say here.
well, and that's how you build a program. You don't have just 1 year where you're really good. You have multiple years where you're really good because your starters, you're blessed with a good starting group of 22, 23, 24 guys that can all interchange and start and are really good. And then they put you in a position where you can get your younger guys some really meaningful snaps. That's how you continue to be good.
Now, quick pass is complete. Braden Parson
Pass is complete to Tucker Gurney.
making the stop and tackling Tucker Gurney. He's 6 foot
At the Hornet,
receiver and defensive back.
Hornet.
It is getting progressively colder as the night continues. I believe the low is within the 30s. I don't think we've reached that quite yet, but we are getting there. It is definitely see your breath weather just from talking alone. Another handoff and a quick stop. Braden Parson was there as well, but he wasn't the only Patriot making the tackle. I'm trying to get a view of that jersey. That was Kingston Metcalf. Also in on the tackle after a 2-yard gain at the 50. So, yeah, by the looks of it, the second half is going to be a running clock. Not an often seen sight here in the playoffs.
Yeah, and Maumelle sticking to the run game. That's what they've had all game. They're going to throw it here.
And a flag after the pass. Interested to see what this is as Jaden Gabriel on the reception, getting more than enough, about 10 yards past the line to gain, or maybe more or less. Let's see what the flag is.
False start is the call.
So it's a illegal procedure on the Hornets. It wouldn't have been a false start. The play would have been called dead.
Yeah, and they're having one of their best drives of the game so far. You can't have a penalty like that.
No.
You know, and given there's not going to be a 41-point play in the playbook. You got to continue to run your normal offense. You may be a little more aggressive here and there, but regardless, you cannot have a penalty.
No, you cannot. We have second down and long. Levi Warrior looks to pass, firing to the near sideline and incomplete. It is way too high, going out of bounds, looking for Jackson Hampton.
Yeah, and Maumelle might want a flag there, but the ball was pretty much uncatchable.
Yeah, it was uncatchable. There was plenty of contact there, but it was an uncatchable football. So now you have third down and long, as it's been all Maumelle here in the third, halfway into the third quarter. Running clock. There's Levi. Firing down the middle, bobbled and incomplete. Oh, that was read perfectly by Brandon Collier, and he couldn't make the catch. He hit his chest and tried to get a hand on it, but he was juggling it. Incomplete.
I think Collier was getting ready to introduce his name to the scorer's table.
He looked like he was in stride, too, trying to make that interception.
Almost ran the route for the receiver.
It's now fourth down. Maumelle might as well go for it. They have nothing to lose here. Warrior. It's a good throw despite the contact. Collier almost got it again. It's incomplete. Doesn't matter, though. The turnover on downs is honestly better that he batted it down because it gives Parkview better field position to start. But at this stage, it doesn't really matter where they start from the field.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that one. Collier played I have really good football IQ, and I dropped it on purpose card there. I'm gonna come to the sideline. Hey guys, I gave you better field position by not catching that. You are welcome.
Oh my goodness. So we'll see what Parkview has on offense here. I see Quentin Murphy out there, so it's good to see him getting some playing time. Later in the season, multiple factors restricted him from allowing him to play, so it's good to see him out there healthy. Murphy's gonna run it. He's dangerous when he carries the ball, and look at that, throwing a stiff arm. He's not afraid to run the ball. And he gets to the 30-yard line and moves the chains. There's not much that you could do with a guy like him running the ball.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, you try and you want to wrap up and tackle the legs, but it's harder sometimes. You get a guy like Quentin Murphy whose arms are long enough to kind of stiff arm you away no matter where you're at.
Murphy again going to hand it off. It's Marcus Barnes. We haven't seen him in a while. Good to see him carrying the football again.
He's wrapped up by number 55.
Marcus Barnes, big number 37 for the Patriots.
At the 27-yard line.
Well, second down. The game you want to be looking out now if you're a Parkview fan is the Valley View Morrilton game. The winner of that game plays the winner of this. And presumably the winner of this will be Parkview. And off to Marcus again. He wasn't afraid to lower his shoulder. Only, it looks like he might have gained a yard, but it's being generous considering the spot here, and it is a gain of 1. We'll bring up third down.
You know, and you mentioned that other game too. Parkview fans, maybe Bulldog fans. I believe Morrilton. That's their
Devil Dog.
Devil Dogs.
Yeah.
They may want to have a little bit of a Devil Dog fandom in them because they get to play at home if they play Morrilton. Got to go to Valley View if they win, just based off how the bracket is done.
Both Parkview and Valley View are #1 on the rosters, but the Valley View is on the higher end of the bracket.
Yep.
So if if the views would match up, the Patriots would have to go to Jonesboro. Here's Quentin Murphy. Fires. He's looking long. That was an ambitious pass, and it was nearly caught by Devin Harris.
That was almost a really good play there by Harris.
And we're nearing the non-existent 2-minute warning. And thank goodness we haven't implemented that in high school. I'm going to see if I can get a view of the current matchup between Valley View and Morrilton.
Yeah, Battle of the Views possibly coming up. I like what you said there with that. That's nice. Who's got the better view?
And look out, Quentin Murphy's going to carry it, and he gets the first down. Dangerous there. It looks like they basically had to run the ball there because the spot was way behind Solomon Aguilar's range in terms of kicking a field goal. So they made the right call there, and it moves the chains. Well, I can get a feed from the game. I just can't get a good look at the score, so I'm going to have to be careful and look closely there. I'm seeing from a comment, it's 35-28 with Valley View in the lead. Thank you, Cabo. Under a minute left. And got a new quarterback in. A new running back, too. Look out! That's Quentin Murphy at running back. He can do it all. Touchdown, Parkview.
Well, and there, you know, Murphy is probably saying, all right, Coach, I can't run it at quarterback and get in the end zone. Let me slide over to running back and you hand it to me. Then I'll get in the end zone.
What? My goodness. It's not necessarily like Parkview's really trying to run up the score here. It's just you got to make the tackles if you're on defense.
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes that's what they've kind of talked about in college football a little bit. I can't remember what coach it was that used to not run up the score but score a lot of points, and he'd tell the defense, stop me. I mean, you got to stop me. And sometimes, in high school, you know, Parkview's just got a lot of athletes. It's a little harder to stop them no matter what they got in. So
it's not a black and white situation because you have these young talented players who can make plays, but it's not like you're throwing a Hail Mary every single play. And so it just really comes down to, you know, like you said, the defense making stops, but also just the offense making good plays. Kevin Bohannon saying, I think you were possibly talking about Steve Spurrier.
Yes.
He's I love Coach
Steve
Spurrier.
Yeah. Back in, what was this, What school was he at? He'll put it in the comments.
Well, he
What
was
school
at plenty of schools. I remember him at South Carolina. He went to Florida. He coached at Duke, I think, at one point.
Yeah, but I can't remember what school that's when he made that comment. But
one of those.
And two,
Cabo saying Florida.
Florida, okay.
His alma mater.
So, and it goes to, talking about the score and them scoring again. It's hard to, when you put it in which Murphy's not a younger player, but it's hard to put in. Like, if I'm a sophomore and I get to go in this game, I'm sorry, Coach, I'm probably going to score if I get the chance.
Hopefully.
Even if you don't want me to.
If Parkview gets the ball, I would like to see Montrell Thompson take over at quarterback because he's shown that he's worth it as well. Number 8.
Okay, the sophomore, yeah.
So kick away. And this time it is going to be caught and returned. A good return, too. Oh, my goodness, a bowling ball out there. It's Caden Sherman, an offensive lineman, returning the kick.
Well, I mean, hey.
And he's a fast one, too. My goodness.
As a former offensive lineman, I absolutely love it. All right? I think we should hand the ball to offensive linemen more often. Let them return kicks. Let them return punts.
I like that, yeah.
Most famously in the NFL, and it happened against the Patriots, or against the Packers.
It was the Patriots.
But it was the Patriots. They had a guy return the ball.
Who was it? I know it's on the tip of my tongue. I know the player. I just don't remember it right now. Yeah. Darn it.
Returned a kickoff against my Packers, man. Of course it would happen to us.
The 4s are up. We're going to keep it here on the broadcast because we've got plenty to talk about. This game is just rolling along as we're going to go straight into the 4th quarter. No breaks here.
May I have your attention, please, all students? If you need to call for a ride.
Do you have any score updates? Were you able to pull up any other?
I gotta look around. I'm trying. It's so cold out here. My hands get
that's true.
Frozen up out here. Let's check on Joe T. Robinson. They currently trail Lakeside. Under a minute left in the 3rd. Lakeside leads them 14-10.
Oh, boy.
So that's very, very interesting because I know a lot of Parkview fans have been saying, Robinson's a team that they want to watch out for a lot because they've shown that they've got the talent and depth as well. But Lakeside is a conference opponent of Parkview, meeting up on senior night and on Halloween night. It was actually Lakeside where Amarian Robinson was hurt. So there's maybe a little bit of bad blood if these two teams with potential rematch there in the future, but that would happen in the championship game.
Yeah, what a game that would be.
So I'm going to try to get some feed elsewhere. Heber Springs trailing Southside 28-21. That's the first one that I could pull up. Let's see if I can get a view of Mills. Here's a handoff and a quick tackle. I don't see our roster. Let's see. Mills is currently leading the Clinton Yellow Jackets 21-10.
Okay.
The Lord has been good to me tonight.
Yeah, that game early when I showed you earlier, you mentioned the not good news.
That was bad news because Clinton was leading 10-0.
And Clinton is a rival of where you're from, right? Hitting Heber Springs?
I hate him. I hate him. There's Levi Warrior. Look out. Pocket collapse, and he's going to run it himself. Quickly taps the square button to slide. It's the first down at the 50-yard line.
Levi Warrior kicks on the play.
So good job that time by the starting quarterback.
That would be the X button for those of us playing Xbox.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean I think it's square on PlayStation though, so you're close.
That's what I said square, didn't I?
Yeah, no, but that's what I was saying. It's X on Xbox.
It's the same, same thing. Here's another. Oh, look out!
Nice cut. Oh, get out the way, ref.
Tackled by the official. the ref seemed unfazed by that one as Nathan Thomas Jr. ran into it. Let me see. I think Cabo gave us another score update. Valley View now leads only by 1 point over Morrilton, 35-34. Still in the 3rd quarter of that game. And that's the game to look out to if you're a Parkview fan, because that determines who you play and where you play. Bias aside, I don't want to go to Jonesboro day after Thanksgiving.
Well, anytime you can play at home, you absolutely want to do that. Now, I've seen Parkview go on the road quite a ways and win football games, but sometimes you don't want to have to do that. You don't want to have to go all the way to Texas to win a football game. So
Yeah, Parkview has definitely showed their worth. It doesn't matter where they play, they could still play with great intensity. And just look out again. It's the same story that can be told for this Parkview defense. You got to make those tackles, and obviously with the younger guys playing, the starters out for Maumelle, Nathan Thomas Jr. making some great runs here on this drive, getting into the red zone, and now Maumelle threatening to get on the board here in the fourth quarter. Give it to him again. He's stuffed. That was a large man that he ran into.
Who was that?
That's big number 95. That is Donald Lee. Who just ran into him.
Yeah, they got him listed at 5'11", 285 on the roster. I think they're shortening him a couple there. And not in a bad way. He's built, man. That's a big kid.
Fires, end zone, incomplete. Tucker Gurney didn't get a handle on it.
Tucker Gurney is incomplete. 2nd and 10.
I tell you though, Parkview getting these reps in a playoff game with some of these younger kids. I'm sure they've played all year, in some of the other games that Parkview's had. But when you get snaps in a playoff game, it's a little bit different. It means a little bit.
It just means more, really.
It means a little bit more, and guys like Donald Lee getting these snaps and stuff like that. That is how Parkview has continued to be a good program, and will continue to be a good program.
Oh yes. A handoff to Thomas. Breaks away. It looked like he was going to be swarmed, but he still drives his way to the 5. And they'll bring up 3rd down. They have to get to the 1 to get the first down. So 3rd and 4.
So they don't have to score. Can still get a first down here.
Yeah.
Thomas carries again on the
Clock
play.
continues to roll.
It is brought down to 5-yard line. 3rd and 4.
Parkview band making their way back, so we're going to hear a little bit of jamming from them here late in the game. They took a 3rd quarter break. A lot of them holding hot chocolate. And that's the first time out of the game
Timeout.
by Parkview. Interesting. So an opportunity here for Brad Bowling to coach up his younger and less experienced guys is what this is what I'm going to call that.
And again, man, that's just how tonight, stuff like tonight where you get your younger players reps. Right now, Coach Bowling getting them together, coaching them up a little bit. That's why Parkview next year will most likely be in the same spot.
Yeah. And how could you not want to come play for a team like Parkview, especially, you're a younger guy playing in middle school, especially here in the Little Rock School District. If you have the chance to choose Parkview and you feel like you're good enough, you have a state-of-the-art facility. Well, state-of-the-art for high school standards, really. Very, very nice, great weight room and great field that you can work out on. Their locker room literally has turf, so if there's a storm outside, you can still get reps in.
There you go.
It's great. Very few high schools have a place like that. Obviously, with Maumelle, they have that beautiful new field house. A lot of schools around the state also building field houses around. So a big man running the football. Oh my goodness!
There we go.
And we got a big man touchdown. A lineman, Landon Kennedy, carrying it into the end zone.
You love to see it.
You love to see it. That's what football's all about. Big man touchdown, looking like the fridge. Oh my goodness.
You love to see it.
Oh, I'm laughing because that's awesome. Oh, I love it. I love it so much.
I mean, it truly is something cool when an offensive lineman gets to do something like that. You don't get to do it a whole lot. Don't get a little bit of a shine, so good job on him.
Woo. Oh, boy. So now we look forward to the semifinals. Big reason, I know a little bit of, look out. Parkview was swarming to block that PAT, but it is good. So 48-7 our score. I'm going to look at you now. We don't want to go as a broadcast to Valley View because that would mean we would have to be sitting on top of the press box over there. And from the looks of it, it's going to be even colder next week than it is right now. So we don't want to have that disadvantage to be extra bundled up. So that's a little bit of our bias there. But really, as we've been saying, it doesn't matter where Parkview goes or who they play, where they play them, they're going to bring their best, and they're going to bring their best effort every single game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Parkview will almost accept and welcome the challenge of going on the road in the playoffs. I don't think that's something they've had to do. I don't know if they went on the road last year, but that's something that Parkview will probably be like, all right, new challenge. Let's go face it. Let's go accept it. Let's go beat it.
I don't think Parkview did go on the road in the playoffs, at least last season, to my knowledge. Obviously, we've been all over the place, especially down in South Arkansas, starting the season in Texas, for crying out loud. And they didn't stay in a hotel or anything during that either. It was a take a bus down, come back the same night.
Wow.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter how they travel or how they get there. They're going to be ready to play, so.
Man, if I'm Melissa, Texas, in that circumstance, I'm saying, wow, these dudes are built different, man. Bus all the way down here, beat us, and then bus all the way back.
Yep. A little bit of a short kick, and will be returned. And look out. That's
Go outside.
Kyrick Folks.
Keep going.
He went the width of the field. Now he's going down the sideline. Finally goes out of bounds at the 32-yard line. He was jogging mostly for that one.
Oh, and I was going to say he did a really good job. I mean, it's kind of a double-edged sword there. He did a really good job of following his blocks and letting them go out and get in front of him. But at some point in time, though, if you're him, you got to put that thing in third gear and go.
Yes.
But excellent return nonetheless.
Yep, we're almost halfway through this fourth quarter, so safe to say this is a Parkview victory. As I mentioned earlier, I'd like to see Montreal Thompson at quarterback, and there he is.
Yeah, he was throwing it pretty good in warm-ups.
Marcus Barnes, the 5'7" running back alongside him. We'll give to Barnes up the middle. A tough run for him as well. Down at the, I think they mark it at the 28-yard line. The official on the far side kind of stands with his foot a yard forward, so I can't tell where he's marking the ball. He could be on. He's covering 2 yards there with that stance. But nonetheless, it's second down.
He likes to make you guess a little bit.
Yeah, I guess so. And every time I guess the down and distance, I'm always off a yard. It's been that way all seasons. And off to Marcus Barnes again.
Handoff goes to Barnes.
Look at him fighting forward for yards.
Scrappy.
Being stopped by number 88.
He's only a 10th grader, so a sophomore running the ball.
Yeah, they got him 5'7", 150 on the roster, and he's able to move forward and get yards like that. That's really good.
Yeah, getting the first down. So all it really comes down to, Parkview, they're not trying to run up the score. It just comes down to how badly the defense on the field right now for Maumelle wants to tackle them and stop them for the next 5 minutes or so. Thompson hands off to Barnes. He's covered a lot of ground despite having quite a few white jerseys in front of him.
That was a nice little burst of speed there to get outside and around the corner and get a couple yards.
Yeah, gained about 4. So second down. Good to hear the Parkview band jamming out again. I told them before the game they were about to move away from us, specifically to be away from us, thinking that they'd be a nuisance. I told them, no, stay where you are, play louder, and drown me out.
All right.
Is exactly what I said. Will was yelling at me to shut up, but I kept telling it to him, just letting the band know that they could play as loud as they want to, and now they're making their way out. They're going to avoid the traffic from what it looks like.
Yeah.
We're 4 minutes left in the game. The Parkview band saying, hey, we let our voices be heard. We are done here. A little disappointed they didn't march during halftime. They only performed from the stands.
Well, they are a pretty good band. I do like what they got going on over here.
You remember last season, they didn't show up to the semifinal game. So if we get to play at One Memorial, I really hope we get to see the band.
Yeah, if you're a Parkview Patriot right now, go Devil Dogs.
Oh, yeah. Trouble with the snap. It's on the ground, but Marcus Barnes covers it up. Whew. Looked like Thompson wasn't quite ready for it.
So that makes 4 things that have gone wrong tonight for Parkview.
Yep.
And I point that out because we have 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and there's only been 4 things go wrong tonight for Parkview.
Yeah.
That's almost perfect.
Yeah, almost.
That's almost perfect out of the Parkview Patriots tonight. You gotta love that.
I guess 4 is the magic number because, you know, Solomon Aguilar has only had 4 total misses all year long. That's almost, you know, not to discredit him at all because he's been kicking a lot out there too, and he's been nailing it.
No, I think that's very good statistics to only have 4 misses.
Yeah.
Now, is that field goals or is that PATs?
Both. Just kicks.
Just 4 period?
Yes.
Yeah, that's wonderful. that's amazing.
So the Patriots will take a delay of game. Interesting here. I see Matthew Gober, number 31 in the game. Also out there far side, Warren Robinson. And near side, Devin Harris. Thompson almost lost the ball, and now he's going to have to run with it. Hey, it's a cold night. Yeah, you're a sophomore. What can you do in a playoff game, you know?
Just a little hot potato. Whoop, 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 whoop. Hold on. Oh, there it is. All right, let's go.
The stands begin to clear out here. We had a huge group of Parkview fans
Oh, yeah.
show up tonight, and luckily we didn't really have any issue here on our end. We had a good setup, getting all our equipment up, and we made a little bit of a space showing, hey, don't, you know, get in front of our camera during the game. No problems there on that end. Parkview fans having a lot of fun tonight. Now they know this game has been over since the second quarter, so they're going to make their way home and prepare for the semifinal game. Looks like there's going to be a either delay of game.
A false start.
No, it is a delay of game. A minute and a half to go, 190 seconds. This game's over.
Yeah, I think it was a false start. Not everybody was set when they snapped the football, but no, yeah. To your comment about the fans, awesome showing tonight from the Parkview Patriot fans. Shout out to everybody at home that's watching.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody that came that may rewatch the game.
Yes.
And a thank you to everybody that for not sitting directly in front of the camera. We broadcast in every network has had problems with that sometimes.
Yeah.
So shout out to the Patriot fans tonight that really. We do this for you guys and for the athletes, so thank you.
We preach all the time, you know, get your butts to the game, and these fans, they absolutely did. They did not disappoint with their attendance. And a high catch. He's trying to get away. That's Devin Harris on the reception. He's gently placed down. There's the physicality. The momentum on that couldn't be stopped. He just kind of gently falls down.
Well, that's
Alex Thornton.
One of those things where you kind of have to go down.
Yeah, you stop instinctively because the whistle, but like just gravity takes you over.
Right.
So, no matter where we are next week, Parkview fans, if we're back in War Memorial Stadium, if we're back here, or if we're in Valley View at Jonesboro, we want you there. We want to see you at the game. If not, you know where to find us, and that's right here.
And a quick shameless plug to anybody still watching, go follow the Hot Springs Wise Guys on Instagram. New professional arena football team coming to Hot Springs, Arkansas.
The only professional football team in the States.
Yeah. It's going to be a great thing. Go give them a follow.
An incomplete pass. That's been the story of the night for Maumelle's offense. We saw that a lot, especially in the first quarter. It looked like Maumelle, they just couldn't catch the ball, whether it be on the pass or on the kick return. And there we see Brad Boulding and Brian Maupin meeting at midfield, shaking hands. Another chapter in this rivalry's book has been written, signed, sealed, delivered. Parkview wins 48-7. Patriots move on to the semifinals. And once again, pay close attention to that Valley View Morrilton game because that determines who we play and where we play. And so we've got a bit of a cleanup to do here for our equipment, and it's also really cold out here, so we want to end this as quickly as we can. So thank you to everybody so much for watching. I'm starting to shiver now from the cold. Chris, thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully this isn't the last time that we're on a broadcast together.
No, yeah, I think for sure if I'm needed again over here in the Patriot world, I'll gladly step up to the challenge. Thank you, everybody, for having me on.
Yeah.
Go Patriots, and let's get ready for next week.
And go Wise Guys as well.
Go Wise Guys.
So for our entire crew here at the Patriot Sports Network, this is the voice of Parkview football, Trip Keeter, saying good night from Little Rock.